Did you know that the Sun Temple of Odisha is around 900 years old? It is even a recognized UNESCO World Heritage Site. Let us guide you on a journey to the Konark Sun Temple. The Indian state which has preserved the Sun Temple is the most cyclone-prone in India as well, but it has never let down tourists with its gems that they have stored safely. The Konark Sun Temple in Odisha is a well-known landmark in the region with a fascinating past. We will also explain why the Sun Lord is not worshipped there even if it is called the Sun Temple. The alluring characteristics of this temple, together with its historic footprint and its significance to Odisha tourism, are too interesting to ignore. With all of the essential elements in perfect alignment, the Sun Temple in Odisha is modeled by the architecture of Kalingan temples. The temple displays a chariot of the sun god, which has 12 pairs of wheels pulled by 7 horses, evoking its gesture across the heavens. It is an iconic work of brilliantly creative minds. Because of its unusual structure and centuries-old construction, the temple is one of India's UNESCO sites. Why is the Konark Sun Temple famous? One of the magnificent emblems of art and architectural masterpiece is the Konark Sun Temple in Odisha, which is located on India's eastern coast. It serves as both a remarkable reminder of the kingdom of Odisha in the 13th century and a representation of the deity personified. The temple is devoted to Surya, the sun deity. About roughly 1250 AD, the ruler of the Eastern Ganga dynasty Narasimhadeva I recognized the temple officially. It is one of the top tourist attractions in Odisha and is a recognized UNESCO World Heritage Site. You may find all the elements of a Hindu temple in this ancient cultural sanctuary, along with other significant symbols. Most tourists are attracted to Konark because of the grandiosity of the temple. The two Sanskrit words Kona and Arka were combined to form the name of this temple, which refers to the angle of the sun. You can refer to it as the Konark Temple or even as the Sun Temple of Konark. The value of this quintessential temple to Odisha tourism cannot be overstated. It has been meticulously looked after up till now. The primary framework, main foundation, and groundwork of the temple continued to stand even after the terrible Hurricane Fani had severely damaged the state and several other Indian states. No additional work was required even though several of the items placed inside the temple were somewhat harmed, but the core of the temple still stood as strong as it was. Why is the sun god not worshipped in the Sun Temple? Along with the Jagannath Temple in Puri and the Lingaraj Temple in Bhubaneswar, this Sun Temple in Odisha forms a bilateral triangle. The Konark Temple forms the triangle's corner in the middle of the other two temples. The Konark Temple is an actual example of the traditional Hindu temple architecture from ancient times. It features enormous frameworks, countless types of artwork, and sculptures that draw tourists from all over the world. Strangely, no one worships the Lord of the Sun in the Sun Temple. Here's why. The gigantic Sun Temple in Odisha was built over 12 years in the 13th century by 1,200 laborers. The entire framework was built using stones and connected with metals in a brilliant display of engineering. A massive magnet that weighed close to 5,000 kilos held the entire metal structure together. The temple entrance is all that remains of the Sun Temple that we visit today. The original framework was 227 feet tall, but the one that is still in place is only 127 feet tall. It is widely held that the idol of the sun god was suspended in midair by a magnet and was made by a fusion of 8 metals. King Narasimhadeva I set a deadline for completing the temple, and if the 1,200 laborers failed to meet it, they would all be executed. Eventually, the entire temple was built in time, but only the crown part was left. Strangely enough, one of the workers' sons named Dharmapada came to the rescue and managed to install the same crown stone miraculously, but the workers feared how the king would react if he got to know that a mere 12-year child fixed the issue. Therefore, the child committed suicide by drowning in the Chandrabhaga river by jumping from the top of the temple. Since that day, no one has ever worshipped the sun god there because of the unholy incident. If you want to visit Odisha's Konark Temple, winter would be perfect given its calming and beautiful climate. This is the time of year when travelers flock to the state's most alluring and well-known tourist attractions, flooding the land of art and culture. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel as well.